What you're about to hear could be the most important podcast ever created. But probably not. Welcome. It's the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Hey, hi.
Hi, hello.
Hey.
Bonjour. Hello.
Let's do a French podcast.
Hola.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady, teach
Yeah.
us how to say welcome to the podcast in French.
Bienvenue. What's podcast in French? I learned this
Oh,
recently.
it's a podcast.
No, it's not podcast. It's a... no, that doesn't make sense.
It is. It's podcast.
It's not balado-diffusion.
No.
Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, what a terrible idea. Something we didn't get to recently, and we posted about it, but we never talked about it. The idea that only 12% of Gen Zers
Yeah.
want 4-day work weeks.
Yeah.
This shocked me to no end.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
What?
Me
Oh, no,
either.
you know what it is? I think they actually just want 3 or 2-day work weeks. That's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 days, very ideal.
Yeah, see, this is what happened. Okay.
I take that, yeah.
Why don't we believe this?
Because I
Why?
think Gen Zs would want the 4-day work week,
Yeah.
or at least, maybe the 3-day work week.
Right.
Right?
Less work is better.
Exactly.
Yeah. See,
Or
this
just
is
more
it.
condensed.
You read this
Yeah.
and you thought, wow, they actually want to work 5-day work weeks. That's not the case.
No.
They want to work even less. 4 seems like too much.
But
Yeah.
that's not what this survey said.
I think it does, and it's because they feel entitled to more time off.
No, my guess is maybe they just want shorter days, Monday to Friday. Like maybe their work day is 10 to 3. Then they can get their kids off, get home for their kids, and have that evening and
but a
morning
lot of
time
Gen
to do
Zers
whatever.
don't have kids.
Right, exactly.
No, but if they're envisioning their future, right?
Oh.
They probably like the idea of
I don't
having
think a
some
lot of Gen
time.
Zers that spend time envisioning their futures.
Such a wild,
I think-
ridiculous
I
boomer
think
statement
all
over
they
there.
do is just live in the now and be like,
Oh my
give me
God.
everything I'm entitled to. I want money.
Can I defend Rush and I for 1 second?
yeah.
You always say that it's such a boomer statement. We're not boomers.
not
I know,
boomers.
but it's a
Far from
boomer
boomers.
statement, and that's
Yeah.
why I feel comfortable
No.
calling you out for it, because you're not boomers.
Yeah, but I don't call you Gen Z.
Yeah, but I'm not Gen Z either.
Right.
Millennials.
But if I had a position that was a Gen Z position, you
Right.
could call it a Gen Z.
See, I think a boomer statement is you young kids
Get
in
off
your
my
rap
lawn.
music.
Yeah.
That's a boomer statement.
Basically what you're saying. You're
No.
saying that they don't want to work and that they don't want to think about their future. Of
I
course
was just
they do.
thinking factually.
Anyway, so the 4-day work week. I don't know. We've talked about it on the show
We
before.
tend to keep that conversation light.
I want you to do whatever you want to do. How about that?
I
Yeah.
love that.
hybrid.
Do what makes you happy.
No, but no. What you're saying is, and I think you're saying that you want to mandate this stuff. I'm saying just do whatever you want to do.
If we do that, though, the money makers are going to keep making money and nothing's going to change.
If it's going to
I
be
don't know why I
done,
got really nasally right there, but I did.
it has to be that some people work Monday to Thursday and some people work Tuesday to Friday. It has to be that way, or else it's going to be a mess if just nobody shows up for work on one day.
And I love
you
it.
can't have that.
do what we got to do to make it happen.
What will
Rush,
happen-
make it happen.
What will happen your way is just the companies go out of business and everything fails.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I'll give Jenny her day off, but it's going to only be Wednesdays.
It is better than nothing.
That's not so bad. Get a random day off to do like laundry and stuff.
Yeah, that's
you
your
know?
chore day.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound sexist at all.
Not just
Jenny,
because
you can
Jenny.
have Wednesday off if you do laundry. Yeah.
All right, women get Wednesdays. Men, you can have Monday or Friday. It's called progress, people.
What if I want Tuesday to iron?
No, you can't do that.
No? Okay. All right, well, stick around if you like what we just talked about. There's so much more. It's called the Hot Tub Podcast.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
After a fire on January 11th, the Wienerman statue was stolen from Dairy Winkle in Charleston, West Virginia.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Not even kidding. I know. The statue depicts a hot dog licking his lips and then pouring ketchup all over his own head.
Okay.
I guess a tip led officials to the statue where it was found undamaged. Thank God. Wienerman was returned to the restaurant owner, Carrie Ellison, who hopes the restaurant will reopen later this year. A suspect has yet to be identified in this.
So there's no
juicy
story
case.
No,
here.
there's no story. I'm sorry,
The
the
Wienerman
restaurant
was
closed
stolen.
because the Wienerman was stolen?
I don't know if they've just been closed for other reasons, but... Oh, no, it was a fire. It was a fire.
Okay.
Yeah, they were closed because of the fire.
And then somebody stole the Wienerman.
That's right.
Got it.
And they
After
found
the
him.
fire.
And then they found
the
him, and he's
Wienerman,
back.
returned it back to the restaurant. Now the restaurant can open with Wienerman.
That's good.
This is a story because I get to keep saying Wienerman.
Wienerman,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what
No,
it
I
is.
get it. It was the right call. Yeah.
Thank you. Come on, you guys all know you want to say Wienerman.
I already did.
Say it again, Rush.
Don't really need
Come
to.
on, just say
Just say
Wiener Man.
Wienerman one time.
Sure, I can say Wiener Man. That's not really a big deal, though.
It's pretty good. Thank you.
it is.
I'll isolate
I
it.
don't think it really is.
I want to hang on to it.
Do I like the name Wiener? Do I like
Like
the
as a
word?
first name?
No,
I use wiener sometimes.
you do?
Yeah,
First
like I'll
thing.
just
Yeah.
like careful, watch your wiener. You know,
What?
What?
like if just like if I'm talking to Rory, say, and like he's doing something, I'm like, careful, you're gonna hurt your wiener. Like I'll
What is
say
he
that.
doing?
Oh,
Why?
you've been jumping on something, and you know he's gonna end up like, oh, like doubled
And
over.
you'll
or-
do Wiener?
Really?
Yeah, I'll say wiener or peener.
How often is this a situation?
Not that often, just once in a while.
okay.
If it comes up, I'll flip
Wiener
back and
or
forth.
Peener?
Yeah, and also
no.
he's 10. You know that they're getting into stuff that they're gonna hurt themselves, right?
It's true, and he probably loves when you say wiener or
Oh, he
Wiener.
thinks
Probably
it's
does.
hilarious.
Rush,
yeah.
you never had a son.
No.
But you saw him like doing something crazy. What would you say? Be careful of your.
I would probably just say be careful.
No,
Wait,
if you had to
Yeah, you had
refer
to, you had
to
to
it
say
though,
a word.
be careful you don't hurt your.
He'd probably say wiener.
I don't think I would be specific. I'd say make sure you don't
Well,
fall. Don't
no,
hurt you.
but that's
I'm
the
trying
game.
I'm trying to imagine what I would say.
He'd say wiener.
Penis?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wiener's more fun. It's
I
less
probably
serious.
say wiener too, and I
Yeah.
think my parents said wiener to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And his parent,
Yeah,
your dad said it
said
too.
wiener.
what about you? What would you say?
Hey guys, careful! You're gonna hurt your maybe junk.
Junk could
Maybe,
work.
but I feel like I wouldn't say junk to like a kid that was really young. Like at
Exactly.
5 or 6, I wouldn't say junk.
Yeah, no, too confusing.
Family jewels.
Yeah, Family Jewels. My parents used to use that one.
Yeah, it's a little nicer.
Family Jewels.
Wiener is
and,
just like I don't know.
Tallywhacker.
Halliwhacker.
Yeah.
You would not
Like-
use
Yeah, we
I-
used that as a kid.
I don't think so. Like if they're,
Tallywhacker
let's say
was a thing.
they're trying to like climb over a fence or something,
Yeah.
and I might say, be
Watch your
careful. I would
tallywhacker.
probably say, watch out, you don't hurt yourself. I probably
No,
wouldn't say
of course, we all might avoid
No,
it,
but,
but that's
see,
not the.
no, that's what I'm saying. I don't know
Even
that
if
we
you
all
had
would.
to, like, I
Like
think you
Jenny
would've.
wouldn't avoid it. She would.
No,
she
I would
takes
make a point of
any
saying it.
opportunity to say wiener.
Absolutely.
I'm saying I don't know that I would do that.
Well, I don't think I would either.
You would
But-
probably say the same as me. Just
Gonads.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
gonads.
no.
My
Wouldn't
dad
say
would say
that.
gonads.
Yeah, see, that's
yeah.
a thing.
Maybe,
Yeah.
hey, get down! That you're gonna hurt your man meat.
No, I'm not going man meat.
no,
No, guys, I'm just spitballing
spitballing.
here.
I know.
Sure.
spitballing.
You know,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
such
yeah.
thing as a bad idea.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we're getting texts. We have Mind Your Nuts. We have
Yeah.
Stick and Berries.
Stick and berries. Oh, yeah, I've heard
And
I
that
think
one.
it's
Someone's-
twig and berries is usually what I've heard.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that too. Someone has said that their dad would always say Dewey. I've never heard of Dewey.
No.
What's
Dewey.
a Dewey?
A Dewey. No.
Yeah.
Just a nickname that they would always
I
call
guess,
that.
yeah. A
I
Dewey.
guess. Okay. I mean,
I'm
whatever.
just trying to. My
You know it
dad.
as you know
I'm
it.
closing my eyes. My dad go, get down. You're gonna hurt your wang.
Winky?
What?
Winky.
Winky.
Yeah.
Never heard
that.
Winky.
No.
Winky dinky.
No.
Winky dinky.
Oh, maybe Dink.
Yeah, dink maybe.
Dink could work.
Yeah.
I hate.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, me too.
Oh, Pecker. Pecker's a good
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's another
Pecker.
one.
That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
long classic.
Parents would not.
No.
I feel like my mom said pecker.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Dink is one of those funny words. Like, you don't hear it often. If somebody called you that, you'd be very, very insulted. Like,
Yeah.
that's because you don't hear it often. If
No,
someone
but
said,
now
like,
it's
he's a-
okay because it stands for that whole double income, no
Sure.
kids.
Yeah.
Being called a
Oh.
dink.
But
know
still.
that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the thing is, in a different context too. Like if you're if Jenny, if you're hot and heavy with somebody,
Yeah,
and then
hot
the
and
word
heavy.
dink,
Dink.
comes
Oh,
out,
yeah,
like,
no. It is done.
yeah.
Oh, that is
What's
done.
worse, to hear dink or dinky?
I,
Dinky
I
is
think
so
it is.
bad.
Yeah, I think it is.
Anything with a Y is worse.
Sure.
It would be like
What?
Boobies,
Boobies and
dinky and
dinkies.
boobies.
It's the equivalent of me saying,
Watch your boobies.
Yeah.
oh, God. But if you're talking about it in an intimate situation
yeah.
and somebody
Yeah.
says dinky, it's the equivalent of me saying boobies.
Probably, even though actually I think it's worse.
I think it's way worse.
I think it's
What,
Which
boobies
one?
is worse than dinky?
no.
No.
Dinky's
Oh,
worse
the
than
other way,
boobies.
okay.
Boobies are horrible.
Oh, it's bad, but dinky
Boobies
is
is
worse.
really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine being intimate with a girl and saying, "Oh, look at your boobies"?
But it's still better than Dinky.
It is. I agree.
Dinky is really
It's
bad.
really
they're
bad.
equally
I don't think
bad.
they are. I think dinky's worse.
Oh, God. I can't.
They're both really bad.
Oh, it's so terrible. mood ruiners no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God.
I think I'd push through.
You would?
I think I'd try.
Get back on track, I suppose.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. Find the gang on their socials. Follow at Mahler, at One True Rush, at Hot Flash Jenny, and at Brady Jones Radio.
So I don't know if we did this or not on the show before. In the last few weeks, it's a blur to me. I don't think we did. So stop me if we.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to save your relationship.
Oh,
okay.
that's nice.
Okay, all
That's
right.
important.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Especially Brady and Sarah. They're
Oh.
you know, it's a little rough over there.
It is.
It's, it's a lot of planning on the wedding. Very stressful.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think that's
I
what we're
get that.
talking about.
No.
Just in general. Well, I saw Sarah at Jenny's birthday party and she was blinking a lot. I didn't know what I should do.
Yeah, none of you know Morse code, right? Okay, good. All right.
So here I am about to save your relationship. Well, I'm going to give you some advice from this Dr. John Gottman. Okay, he's a psychologist who specializes in marriage and relationships.
Okay.
J-Gots, yeah.
Jay Gotts.
Jay got a wine.
So, Rush, when you and Lisa, Jenny, when you and Derek, Brady, when you and Sarah,
Yeah.
when you guys start fighting with your significant other, it's rare, I know.
yeah, but
it happens.
Fights
Oh, sure.
happen.
Yeah. Every
Fights
now
are
and then.
healthy sometimes.
You both need to pause in the moment,
Okay.
just for that second,
Yeah.
and immediately get naked.
Oh.
There you go. Done.
Wow.
Let's do it.
All right.
Because that's what you want to do in such a vulnerable
Well,
moment.
would you like to know why it's
Yes,
smart?
absolutely. It's hard to yell at a naked person.
Yeah.
When you get into arguments, our caveman brains go into fight or flight mode.
Right.
And we act out of instinct. That's why we start yelling, saying terrible and hurtful things, and not listening or even thinking properly. But when you get naked, you pull your brain out of that tailspin. Suddenly,
Okay.
the situation feels too weird for you to keep going down
Sure. Yeah.
that hurtful path.
Yeah.
So you can keep arguing naked, but you'll both be in a more in the moment thing.
Okay.
And more likely to listen to each other, act rationally, and diffuse the tension.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This makes sense. I do all my arguing naked. I
Oh,
always
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grocery
Yeah.
store,
Oh,
the coffee
yeah.
shop.
Yeah.
But can you just imagine in that moment? Like, imagine yourself in a frustrated
heated
moment.
moment.
That heated moment, and you're like, oh, right.
Right. And then let's say you do get there. You can't do this every single time you argue. Otherwise, it's just
Why?
because it will lose its effect at a certain
You would
point.
think.
I don't
right?
know.
Because it no longer becomes weird if every time you argue you're naked. Now you're just. It would almost become like a Pavlov's dog thing. You'd start
Yeah.
getting angry and you'd take your clothes off.
I think you'd have to pick your battles. I
Yes.
don't think
Yes.
over the little stuff you're
Like, did you
constantly
get milk? And you're like, oh, naked again.
Does it look like I got milk?
That got grosser, and I'm not sure why.
No, but I can see a bigger fight.
Yeah.
But
it
you-
would absolutely work.
Yes.
You have to come to this conclusion before you start fighting.
Yes. That's
true,
You have to
yeah.
say, all right, our next big fight,
Yeah.
we're getting undressed.
Yeah.
We have to shake on this, or are we both in?
I'm
because
so
if only
not
one
going
of,
first.
It's true.
Yeah, like, does it work if one of you is naked?
Oh.
No, that's a power imbalance. That's weird.
Yeah.
no, yeah.
But I mean, it
The
changes.
non-naked
It certainly
person-
changes the mood, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Because I think the person who's dressed would say to you, "You're not taking me seriously."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
True.
feel like the person who's dressed is not as vulnerable, so they're just going to say what they would
Yeah, but
normally say.
they're talking to a naked
would
person.
feel
like they
that's
would
pretty
feel
tough
bad.
too.
It is
That's
tough.
also hard.
Like, I don't know that it would have the same effect, but it would have an effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it would be like, "You're inconsiderate, and please shave."
They might just pile on, huh?
But I would think the doctor didn't mention this, but I think if you both did this, if you actually played the game and did this, I think you both end up maybe laughing in some occasions.
Yeah, you might.
The first time for sure.
Yeah.
And it
absolutely.
depends on the severity of the fight, right?
Yes.
Like, think about the worst fight you've ever had in your life. The last thing you're doing is stripping down.
No. You're not in the mood to do these
You are
things.
not.
Well, yeah, you're
like,
just
you're
so
just
mad.
so mad, right?
But the doctor also wants you to say it doesn't necessarily have to lead to sex. Like people go,
No.
"Oh yeah," and then we'll just, no.
Right.
That's not what this is about.
No.
It's about still continuing the conversation, but kind of
course.
diffuse.
yeah,
It
yeah.
would be weird if it did lead to sex again. Then it would just every time you got rage, you just.
And,
Wanna-
so when
Yeah.
you get naked, do you sit down? Do you stand up?
I feel like you're standing up.
Because I feel like sitting down, the two of you sitting down naked is weird.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Why? Why would it be weird?
I don't
I've
know, but
sat
it feels
down and
weird.
argued,
Oh,
though.
no, yeah, but have you sat down naked and argued? Once you're naked, I feel like it's weird if you're sitting down.
But I haven't stood up naked
Why
and
is it
argued.
weird? Just sit down
I
naked.
don't know, but Jenny, you're with me here.
I'm with you. I
Yeah.
do find it more odd because I also
you guys
am
never sit
picturing
naked?
I'm just picturing like the last time if I'm arguing with somebody, it's very like if I'm sitting down, it's usually just a conversation.
Yeah.
If it's a fight, you're sort of like standing up. You're feeling you like you
Yeah.
need to
Okay.
be
All right.
defensive or whatever else, or you're getting ready to. And so then getting naked and then sitting down to fight.
It feels
is very
weird. It does.
So I want our listeners who can't see you. I
Yeah.
want Rush and Jenny to have a fake fight right now. And just picture them naked and see if it improves the situation.
Oh,
Sure.
okay, yeah.
This is a good idea, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
absolutely. I am so mad at you.
I'm not even going to listen to you anymore because you're saying things that aren't nice.
Liar.
But you're not looking at Rush.
Yeah, you have to look
I'm
at him
a
and
liar.
now picture him
You're a
naked.
liar.
Liar. No, it's not working.
Because you're picturing him naked.
Yeah.
You guys are making me do this. It's never going to be the same, Rush.
Are you picturing yourself naked in this argument, though, or just Rush?
It's got to be both.
I don't like your tone, naked Jenny.
He's been looking at you the whole time.
Yeah.
No, I get very like it's warm in here, you know.
And I find it weird that you're sitting down.
Oh, my armpits are itchy.
Rush knows.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Well, Rush, you won the fight.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. I need to get dressed.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's advice from Dr. John Gottman, or as Rush calls
J.
him.
Gotts.
J.
J.
Gotts.
Gotts.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doc.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
All right. We may have to let the devil in the room.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
my God.
Sorry,
Why?
Jenny.
What is happening?
Well, by all means, let's use that portal above Jenny.
Okay,
no,
all right.
No. No, I don't know.
Here he is.
I'm hearing devil portal. Scary music. I don't like it.
Russell Crowe's got a new movie called The Pope's Exorcist.
Yes.
Have you
Out
seen
on-
the trailer?
No. Yes. Yeah, you sent it to me.
I think so.
And it was a
Okay.
long time ago, though. I need to rewatch it. My dad even just recently, he's like, I can't find the times for this movie.
Oh,
and I'm like,
okay.
I don't think they've released them
Will
yet.
he go
but-
to the theater
Yeah,
and
we're
see
going to
it?
go to the
Wow.
theater and see it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I love that it's like
hardcore.
I know.
in your blood to
Yeah.
go
It
see
is.
these
It
movies.
really
It's
is.
really a family thing.
Yeah.
I also enjoy that your
In her
father,
soul.
when he hears of a movie, he then assumes it should be playing immediately. And if he can't find it, it's because he can't find the time.
Exactly.
Not that it hasn't been released
And did he
yet.
check it in the newspaper for the times? Or?
Probably.
The Pope's Exorcist is based on the supposed true story of a priest who performed exorcisms for the Vatican. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that hasn't earned its endorsement from the International Association of Exorcists. They're not behind this.
Okay.
They've only, by the way, seen the trailer. They have not seen the entire movie,
Okay.
but they're not impressed.
They don't like it.
Oh.
Okay.
They say the movie doesn't give a reliable picture of, quote, such a delicate and relevant topic. Instead, its purpose is to arouse strong and unhealthy emotions such as anxiety, restlessness, and fear.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think the
Like
point is
every
actually to
word.
make money, but
Exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
those are
Also-
the ways.
I mean,
yes.
that's fair, yeah.
They think the movie will, quote, instill the conviction that exorcism is an abnormal, monstrous, and frightening phenomenon, which is the exact opposite of what occurs in the context of an exorcism.
I wonder if
Okay,
an
well, then
actual
explain to
exorcism,
us what does
I
then.
wonder if they're actually boring compared to what you see in movies.
Oh,
when
they're
they
very
do them.
long.
Yeah.
Are they? Like,
Very,
how
very
long
long.
are
They can
they?
be days.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
go to one?
No.
No?
I don't want
Why?
to be
You
around
wouldn't-
that energy. Are
wouldn't
you
want-
kidding?
You
no.
wouldn't want to observe that, though?
No.
I thought that would be like a bucket list thing.
I'll watch a video of it for
Oh,
sure.
well,
but I am
Apparently,
not
there's
going.
an exorcist in town here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I would. Can we please talk to this person?
How would you feel about bringing them into the studio?
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
So they've been
with that.
surrounded by a lot of
Yeah, but
spirits
but
and
they
devils.
they know what to do. To,
Could we do? Ooh, this would be fun.
The
Could we do
devil's
a-
right behind you right now, Jenny.
Yeah.
above in the portal.
up,
Could we do like a mock exorcism in the studio? Like,
No.
what if I get exorcised?
No,
But, like,
I think
but,
you're
but
just
a fake
opening
one.
up yourself. No, it's still no. No,
You
it
can't
doesn't
do
make me
that.
comfortable. I just
Okay.
would like to ask a ton of questions. Like,
Okay.
craziest thing you've
What,
seen.
what if you and Brady switch spots? You are in Brady's
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
Brady's here.
Yeah.
and then he does an exorcism
No.
on
So you're
Brady.
or
in
what if
here.
it's just
Energy
in my
is energy.
studio? So you don't even have to come in the
No.
room ever.
Energy is energy. I'm still too close to it.
How
funny.
close is too close?
In the building.
In the building?
Yeah.
It'd be funny if we actually got it mixed up and the person's just a person that likes to exercise. And they come in there doing like chin-ups and push-ups.
M1.
Oh,
And for me, that would be too close.
not in the building.
I don't need anybody doing that in front of me. Okay.
Great.
So you're saying within the building. So you're saying
Yeah.
we have a window right outside our studio. Brady could have this done right outside this window, and that's okay.
Oh yeah. What if
No.
it's outside in open air? An open air exorcism.
No, it's just you're still attaching
But it's a
yourself and
fake
you're close to that
exorcism.
energy. It doesn't matter.
Now, here's a question. Like, could your eyes be a portal? So if you see what's
Oh my God,
going
your eyes
on,
are not a
the
portal.
devil will jump
Not
into your
everything
eyes.
is the portal. No, it's not a portal. Life is not a portal.
So it has nothing to do with building.
No, it's more just the proximity of me
And
being
so-
close to that energy.
So how far away do you have to be?
What across the parking lot?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you can see it, then the devil can see you.
Yeah, but no,
Are you thinking the devil's looking over at you going, oh, it's too far to walk over this?
I'm exhausted trying to take over this human.
Yeah.
Who's got time?
I've got people to torture. I've got to get back to watch Love Island. I got many things going on.
My
says the devil.
hooves are barking.
Oh, God. I'm uncomfortable with us making fun of demons.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
They're not listening. Probably listening to the podcast.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So Brady, can you reach out to the? We've said
Yeah.
this before. We were going to.
Yeah, I'll
We ne-
definitely reach out.
And there's
so
only.
I need to know what we want to do with this person.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny wants to interview him,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I guess that's as far as we can go.
Yeah.
It's so lame.
Yeah, I mean,
They
but
won't-
also, like,
What
the
if-
exclusive one-on-one Jenny interview with The Exorcist.
Oh, see that wouldn't be bad though
Well-
if we don't help Jenny in the interview.
Oh, this
'cause
is going to be
we've heard
entertaining.
Jenny in
But in a
interviews.
very
I
different
am
way.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, very terrible. Well, when Keith Morrison called, remember for my birthday?
Oh, yeah.
And I just went like, shut up. No, shut up. Come on. Is this real? The whole time. I think I asked him one question.
Do you think that's what you would be in this interview with an exorcist too? Just shut up, no.
Shut up! Shut up! No.
And I think your one question to Keith was asking him about his lean.
Yeah.
That was like as far as your journalistic integrity went.
Exactly.
Yeah, NBC News didn't
Yeah.
call you
No.
after that
No,
interview
no,
and offer you the gig. All right, well there you go. This movie, the Russell Crowe movie I'm talking about, The Pope's Exorcist, I think opens like this week or next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell your dad the news.
It's the 14th. I
Oh, is
know
it?
that. I had to look it up for him. 'Cause I'm like,
Okay.
Dad,
So it's
there's
later
no
this
times
week.
because it's not coming out until the 14th.
Are
so.
you guys really going to the theater this weekend?
And the last movie my dad saw in a theater was also a
Something
paranormal.
spooky?
Yeah.
So what are you going to see first, this or the Mario movie?
I'm hoping the Mario movie.
Okay.
What a weird combination that would be. You should have seen both on the same day.
Yeah, he was just gonna say I'm gonna go back to back. What a roller coaster of emotions.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
This lady has a loose definition of what sweet treat is. Cops pulled over an ice cream truck on Monday in Louisiana, just outside New Orleans. The name on the side said Tammy's Ice Cream and Sweet Treats. The 42-year-old owner, Tamisha Morin, was behind the wheel. Now, they pulled her over because the truck had expired tags and no brake lights. But that's the least of her worries, because it looks like those sweet treats she was selling were actually drugs.
Oh.
When they
Gotcha.
searched her freezer, they found some melted ice cream and a bunch of meth.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
boy. Wow.
Excellent.
Thankfully, they don't think she was selling meth to kids, just adults. She's facing charges for possession of narcotics, and it turns out she had an outstanding warrant as well. They gave her a ticket for her brake lights and expired tags. So
Okay.
not a good day for
A good little biz until
Yeah,
your
sure.
car
Yeah.
breaks down or you got
That's
expired
it.
tags.
I
you know?
wonder
That's
how
it.
long she had this going, because
Yeah. It's a
I
good
guess it's a good
yeah.
front.
it
Oh,
is.
totally.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
because
think
you
have
can
to
be
do both.
legit, right? Like she'd sell the actual ice cream,
But I
and
don't
then
think
you know.
she did. It was all melted, they said.
Yeah, well, then that's
Maybe she was
just
just having
she's
a
just
bad day.
at this.
She is
Yeah.
bad at this.
If you were going to have a front for your drug business, guys,
Right.
what would you go with? Like dry cleaners seems to be one of the big ones
That's
Yeah.
a good
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
because you got to wash your money and all that stuff, right?
Sure.
So
yeah, you do need a biz, eh?
I
yeah,
Just trying to think
Anybody?
what I
don't know that you
'Cause
dry
you-
clean
you-
any money.
you also have to, be good at the business side
That's
of
the
it.
That's
do,
it,
or
yeah.
else you'll get caught.
That's
I mean,
right.
like this woman, yeah.
Like the car wash would be good, right? The car wash.
Car
would
wash?
Be,
Yeah, that wouldn't be
Well,
bad.
that's almost too like obvious.
I
Was
would
that
open up-
Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need a cash business. What's a cash business these days? Ooh, what about vending machines?
That's not cash anymore either. It's
No.
tap.
No, and
but
strip
most
clubs
still
are.
wasn't that for a while?
Well, they
strip
tap
clubs?
as well.
That's true, yeah.
They tap.
Different type of tap.
Yeah, that's right. There's
don't
not
know.
a lot of cash businesses
No.
anymore.
No.
Do you need just cash? Though,
I don't
really?
think you need cash.
Well, that's if you're going to launder your money, you need a cash business, right? You need to go to the bank with large quantities of cash and be able to explain where you got that cash from.
Not anymore. I feel like there's ways
No.
around that now.
Like Marty and Wendy had the
The
boat
grave.
cruise.
Oh, yeah, the boat cruise in the casino.
The casino, yeah.
Yes.
Which
that
is not
was
bad.
cash.
Yeah.
That's true. That is cash.
But no,
okay,
if
you
you're-
need a casino.
Because you're getting cash for your drugs, right? So you need to clean that cash.
Right.
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 Okay.
Unless
That's
you
right.
start tap. Just put the combine
But
something
But then
else.
credit card companies, Jenny,
Yeah.
come on.
I know.
you gotta
I'm trying to be
think.
careful.
Credit
Good.
card
No.
companies are going to know because you're selling drugs using Visa.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're not going to put meth. You know, you're going to say
but
it
what are
was
you gonna put
a large
there?
ice
Yeah,
cream
but
cone.
then you need to have suppliers. You need to have.
That's right. Like, where are they getting the ice cream?
Right.
Like, people are going to ask questions.
Exactly.
How cheap do I think meth is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Large ice cream cone, $5,000.
Yeah.
It's the good stuff.
I wonder, like, how many businesses do get busted? There must be a ton that don't, right? That are still running today, that have done it 30, 40 years, and they're still getting away with it. There's got to be.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A lot of mom and pop shops, I bet
Yeah.
you're still doing this.
Restaurants for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
sure.
restaurants are skimming. You know they're skimming,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
What does skimming mean? Skimming off the top?
Okay, you were not. Okay, so you put an accent on it. You think now they'll think I know what I'm talking about.
Does that just mean they're pocketing
off
money?
The tap.
Skimming off the tap.
Well, from what I know about TV and movies,
Yes.
they claim they only made X amount in an evening.
Right.
When they
You're actually
actually
skimming off the top. Yeah.
Right.
they actually made a lot more, but they just didn't put that
Took
into
that,
the
yes.
books.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they're
Right.
stealing from
Themselves,
business.
kind
Themselves,
of.
kind
Yes.
of. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. I get it. Skimming
I
off the
don't
top.
want Jenny to work in business.
No,
with me.
I don't think that's a good
idea.
At
Or
all.
anything illegal. Jenny, you would get caught in 4
I
seconds.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend I
Immediately.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
But say we had to all go into business together,
Yeah.
and we had to do it illegally. What would you put me in charge of? That I
Nothing.
wouldn't.
Nothing.
No,
I can't
we-
just sit there,
Nothing.
guys.
You'd be in charge of resting.
Yeah.
You would rest.
You could take social media.
Oh.
No.
No, you can't even do that. Oh my god.
Posting the drugs with panoramic, you know.
Okay, Jenny, you can be the greeter. Just welcome people at the front door.
Hello, we sell drugs.
Hey, we're doing some skimming off the tap. No.
We can't even get her on like runs to go and pick up stuff
No.
for the restaurant.
No, Jenny's
Big-
job is to rest in the back.
But that's just so boring,
Yes.
guys.
Yeah, and then maybe you. Well,
Can we put a golf simulator in
Yes.
our building?
Sure.
This is
Okay.
what we need to do because we
Keep
she
Jenny
can't
Bill
quit.
busy.
If we lose Jenny, she's going to run to the cops.
Oh, I could take our good clients golfing.
No,
No.
because you'd spill the beans
But I bet
out
if they're our
there.
clients, they already know.
No, you'd be leaving meth all over the
Yeah,
fairway.
no.
But why do I have to do math?
Well, if they're our
wanna
best
do that.
clients, you're going to have meth with you.
Yeah.
And your client will want to try it in front of you. You'll have to try it
You
with
gotta
your
do the
client.
math.
No, I don't want
Jenny-
to do that. Okay, I'm
Jenny-
golfing and resting.
Yes, you need to understand. Our best clients are the ones that are doing the illegal things.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other clients we don't care about are the front ones.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
gotcha. Okay.
You can't talk to either of them.
All right, I'm resting and golfing. I understand. Yeah.
But you have to golf by yourself. You can't even golf with our clients.
No, I'd have to golf
in
by
a
myself.
dark, dimly lit simulator in the back of the restaurant.
Yes.
And so when they raid us, she's actually just in the back playing golf.
I don't know what's
Innocent.
going on.
That's right.
I'm not cooking the books.
We understand everything about this operation, but what was with the woman in the back playing golf? There's got to be an explanation.
But even when she gets busted, she yells out, "I'm not the one cooking the books."
yeah, there you go.
Like, see?
My God,
She's-
Jenny. My God.
Is cooking the books and skimming off the top the same thing?
Kind of,
kind of
yeah.
similar.
But yes.
All right,
Yes.
see, I'm getting there, guys.
No, you're not.
You're not.
Stop talking to the police.
I guess this is really on us that we even brought her
That's
in.
the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't need to do this as a show.
No.
This could have just been the three of us.
Exactly. Now we know. We
This
know
is
for
the
next
problem.
time.
We had the conversation. She heard it. She heard too much. And then we're stuck building a golf simulator.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Do you ever look forward to a day that's completely empty on the calendar? Like nothing going on, only to wish that you had something to do once it finally arrives.
Yeah, totally.
No, that doesn't happen.
No.
The first part can happen.
Yeah.
The second
The
part
second part,
doesn't.
no. Well,
Yeah.
a new poll asked people, how often do you spend an entire day staying home and doing nothing? No chores, no work, no obligations. 10% of people say they get those days every day. Another 21% of people say they get them a few times a week. 25% say it's more like a few times a month. And 12% say it's a few times a year. 17% of people say they never have those days. That group includes 15% of men, but 20% of women, and they do want more of those days.
Yeah.
Okay. When asked if a nothing day is appealing, 33% of women say that sounds great, while just 23% of men do. 36% of Gen Xers ages 45 to 64 say it sounds great, which is more than any other age group. And women in Gen X are the least likely to get totally free days from time to time, so that could be why they're so excited about them.
What is a free day?
I mean, if it's me doing
question.
absolutely nothing,
Yeah.
it would maybe be a couple times a year.
Right, because they say they lumped chores into that.
Yeah.
Like, if you're having a day of nothing, you're probably going to clean the house a little bit. You're probably going to take that time to like actually be productive and get
To
some
me,
stuff done.
then
No,
it doesn't count, and so yes,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that's why it doesn't happen very
But if
often.
you're not doing nothing.
If you're not doing anything, but you just happen to, sweep the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like,
sure.
I think it's still a nothing kind of day.
I mean,
you know?
I think
Yeah.
I still think even that would almost count as something. I think
Oh.
if you did nothing but just watch TV and eat,
Yeah.
Okay, what about putting the dishes away, Rush, that you've been using all
Right.
day? Is that doing something?
I guess it's a chore.
yeah, I mean, you may only put them in the sink.
You wouldn't, though. You
No, I'd
put them
put
right
them
in the
in the
dishwasher.
dishwasher.
Yeah.
No, I think that doesn't count. If I run the dishwasher, that counts. If I put them in the dishwasher,
Not
then it
if you
doesn't.
run. If you have to take everything out of the
Oh
dishwasher.
yeah, got it.
Yeah.
No,
That's work.
Yeah, not
See,
doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like a nothing day is that if you wanted to, you could do nothing. So like even say I empty the dishwasher, I didn't have to do it.
Right.
I could have chosen to stay on the
Right.
couch and watch another episode of whatever. Not that I've ever done that. I think I have more nothing days than anyone.
No, I was going to say, this is why it's a difference. This is why, like, that, goes from a couple times a month to a couple times a year.
Yeah.
It's for me to do absolutely nothing. It doesn't happen very
No.
often.
But we're really like we're arguing and goofing off
Yeah.
on semantics.
Yeah.
But you watching TV is doing something. It's not doing
Sure.
nothing.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
you're not just sitting in
Well,
a
it's
dark
kind
room.
of doing nothing though. Like you're not doing zero. You're doing nothing productive.
being
You're just
productive,
you're
yeah.
you're a blob.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
okay. I'm not knocking
Once
it.
in a
We've
while.
all been blobs.
Yeah.
We've
I
all
mean,
been blocked.
for us, we'd call it a bed day. Like, if we're watching
Yeah.
TV in bed and you're like, hey, do you want to get out of bed today? Nope.
Can you
are
stay
the
in
best
bed?
days.
See, I've stayed in bed late and gone to bed
Yeah.
early,
Mm-hmm.
but I could not spend like over 24 hours in bed.
I agree.
though,
I
other
could.
than being sick.
Not often,
Yeah.
maybe once a year,
Not often. Exactly.
but
Not
it
often.
has happened.
Don't
It's
you get
happened.
sore though?
But you do get
No.
up and go down
You
to the
get up
kitchen
and you
get
get-
stuff.
Yeah.
for
So that's what
sure.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You haven't set it up that you have food beside you.
No.
No.
That you just stay
No,
there
that
for
would be
24
crazy.
hours.
No, well, we have done where we haven't made our own food. We've ordered everything.
But
Yeah.
you still have to go to the door to go
Yeah.
get
No,
it.
he just walks
Yeah.
right into the room.
Yeah, we're very comfortable with our
By the way,
driver.
could that be a thing? Can you tip your Uber driver to come upstairs and bring
I
you
wonder.
food?
Sure, why not?
Do they come into your house? Are they even allowed to do that?
Well, why couldn't they?
If you leave it in notes, I think they
yeah,
could.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It would
if you,
be up
if you
to them.
ask them to, right?
Yeah, it would
And then
be
if
up
you
to
have like
them.
a camera or whatever, you can just let them in, unlock
Oh,
the door.
I'm
so
so uncomfortable with that. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Especially if they don't talk. Just leave it at the foot of the bed, please.
We're up here.
Before you get up here, go to the kitchen, grab
Yeah.
2 plates, 2 forks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Henry.
That's even worse when you know their first names.
Yeah.
It's so creepy.
Oh my God. So that means they've been in your bedroom more than once, probably, if you're on that kind of name basis.
They would have to have been. But I don't feel like we've ever had the same driver. Although I don't really look.
He lies down at the foot of the bed, watches Love is Blind with you.
So what episode are we on?
Cracks a Diet Coke.
And I think if you did that, you would just never admit it to anybody.
No.
You
No.
couldn't.
But Henry's
No.
telling people.
You think he is?
I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, he's getting a great tip.
Do you
Yeah,
think that's
but-
a thing in small towns, maybe? Like a town that has like one restaurant,
No.
you know, and like a delivery driver? Do you think they have a
No.
Henry who could actually like just walks into people's houses?
No.
Why not? It's a small town.
It's so
It's different
uncomfortable.
living.
There is a difference, though, between
Yeah.
like Henry coming in and putting it on your kitchen table as opposed to
Henry hanging out in the bed with you. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. But also, if he's bringing it into your kitchen and putting it on the counter, like, what walk your butt to the front door.
Yeah.
Don't make Henry come in. That's just humiliating.
It is.
Why is that humiliating for Henry? If he's getting a good tip, like I'm putting myself in Henry's shoes.
Yeah.
I'd do it if I was getting good
Yeah,
money
why
for
not?
it.
But
Yeah.
that is just a flex. Like that is
That's
just I
it.
have more money than I know what to
He's
do with.
being used so you can flex, and that's why it's humiliating. Yeah.
Are you flexing or are you being completely lazy?
Yeah, I don't think it's a flex. Why is it a
Both.
flex?
Because
well,
you
it's
can't
a-
walk to your front door.
It's a flex when you're giving them the extra tip
but
because
you're-
you're just saying, "Hey, this is
Yeah.
how little or your time is worth to me.
Yes.
I'll add $4 for you to do this."
But you're adding, you're paying for it. You're paying for a service. I
mean,
don't think it's a flex.
He's right there.
Yeah.
It's not like he's getting $4 to walk up a flight of stairs.
yeah, but you know it is
Exactly.
because it's so uncomfortable, or you would do it and you don't.
Yeah, but if I'm a delivery driver, I'm doing that every time. I don't mind an extra $4 a delivery, and all I got to do is give it to some weird dude in a bed.
Well, you need to isolate
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna get isolated for sure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the cheapest amount ever you could have said. $4 to a dude in the bed.
All I have to do.
You gotta give it to him.
If you like what you just heard, tell someone. They can listen to the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady wherever podcasts are found. And if you didn't like what you heard, that's cool. Cool. All right, yeah.